What happened to the little girl with the big blue eyes?
We thought foul play was involved, likely from the very start.
Ayla Reynolds' mom has been searching for answers for years.
Tell me what happened to my daughter!
Now, in a Crime Watch Daily exclusive, the girl's father breaks his silence.
Are you open to doing a sit-down?
Yeah.
So I know that.
This afternoon we can.
Explosive allegations as Justin DiPietro talks publicly for the first time about the night his daughter disappeared.
Were there signs in your house indicating that someone was in there?
9 days before Christmas, 20-month-old Ayla Reynolds vanishes during the night from her father's home in Waterville, Maine. Ayla's mother tells our Michelle Sagona it's a day that haunts her.
How did you find out your daughter was missing?
I got on the phone, and it was my dad, and he was in tears, and I said, Dad, what's going on? What's wrong? The police are here, and Ayla's missing. Nobody knows where she is.
According to state police, Justin DiPietro put his daughter to bed around 8 o'clock. When he went to check on her the next morning, she was gone.
Obviously, when a toddler wanders off, we obviously start searching, starting from the place where she was last seen, and in this place, it was their home. And that search got wider and wider.
Police searched all of Waterville, but Ayla is never found. Then the focus of the investigation shifts when cops find Ayla's blood inside her father's home.
It was found on her slippers, a baby doll, in her car seat.
Justin, his sister Alicia, and then girlfriend Courtney were all in the house that fateful night. All three say the toddler must have been abducted.
Did investigators show you evidence from what they had from what was found inside the house?
We have seen pictures of what they found in the house, yes.
2 years ago, we asked Ayla's aunt Alicia about the blood evidence.
What would explain the blood?
She'd been vomiting quite a lot. She had lactose issues.
Okay.
So she had been sick.
Nothing happened in the house that night?
Nothing happened.
No foul play?
No foul play in the house that night.
But police aren't buying it and tell Trista what they believe happened to her only daughter that night.
They actually think that it ended with them rolling her up in a blanket and sticking her in a tote.
Do you think that it was an accident, or what do you think happened?
I just think things got really out of hand, and he didn't know how to handle it the way that he should.
Little Ayla was a surprise pregnancy for Trista and her then boyfriend Justin. The two split before she was born. Trista kept her the majority of the time, and she claims Ayla often had mysterious injuries after her visits with her dad.
She had bruises like going up her leg, and I said, "What's this, Justin?" And he was like, "Oh, she was playing at Chuck E. Cheese in a ball pit and some little kid was kicking her." Problem was, there was no ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Just 2 days before she went missing, Ayla's arm was broken in what Justin calls an accident. At the time, Justin had been caring for Ayla while Trista dealt with personal issues. When she called to check on her daughter,
He said, "Well, she's watching Home Alone right now." And I said, "Really? And you're not gonna let me talk to her?" And he never did. And then that was it.
for months after their child's disappearance, Trista says she tried getting Justin to talk. Then one day, she's tipped off about a court date he has for an alleged domestic battery incident.
Tell me what happened to my daughter!
The heartbroken mother's frustration erupts outside a Maine courthouse.
Justin, just look me in the eye so I can see her!
Justin, look at me. Ask him.
You do want to look at me. Do you remember this? Justin! What you doing? I'm guilty. You wouldn't drive!
So just wanting my answers, that's all I've ever wanted.
After 6 long years, Trista believes she may finally be close to getting some answers. Even though Ayla's body has never been found, a judge in Cumberland County, Maine has declared her legally dead.
When I heard the judge's final decision, I kind of lost it. I was expecting him to say yes to what we were trying, but a part of me also thought that maybe he wasn't going to declare Ayla dead. It kind of like really hit hard, and it made it all real for me.
As difficult as it was to hear, the legal declaration is something Trista asked for.
We decided to pursue it so we could go after Justin and his family civilly.
She's now planning to file a wrongful death lawsuit against Ayla's father, which would force him, under oath, to answer questions about the night their daughter vanished. But Justin is ready to talk now. 6 years after little Ayla Reynolds vanished from her father's home in Waterville, Maine, her mother will not give up the search.
I'll never stop looking for Ayla.
Cops have never named a suspect in the case, but have always suspected foul play.
We have said from the very beginning that the 3 adults inside that home know more than they've told us.
One of those 3 adults in that tiny little house is Ayla's father, Justin DiPietro. He recently moved from Maine to Los Angeles, and that's where I tracked him down.
Justin, hi. I'm Melissa with Crime Watch Daily. Here to talk to you about Ayla, if you have a few minutes.
In a Crime Watch Daily exclusive, Justin finally breaks his silence about the night his daughter disappeared. Although her body has never been found, a judge recently declared Ayla legally dead.
And I was just wondering how you were coping with that.
Not very good.
Justin has always maintained that someone broke into his house during the night and kidnapped his 20-month-old daughter.
Do you think it was from someone that you know or a stranger?
Yeah, someone that, I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
Could
think
we meet at another time? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Justin seemed genuinely interested in telling his story, actually agreeing to meet later that night after he got off work.
What's your schedule like?
I have all day open.
He wanted to do it along this river walk by his house. He came and then he ended up leaving. He said he was uncomfortable, so he took off.
Next day, we attempted again, but as we set up for the interview at a nearby hotel, Justin backed out a second time. He then agreed to talk only by phone.
When I met you that morning, you said that maybe someone you know had something to do with it. Who do you think would have taken her?
It's always been the same person that I thought it was from the beginning.
Who do you think it is? Is it her mom, a relative?
I think it's someone close to her.
Were there signs in your house indicating that someone was in there?
Yeah, there's 2 things that were suspicious, of course.
What were those 2 things? In her room?
I can't get into exact details with you guys, but
It was enough for you to think that this was planned and someone broke in and took her that night?
absolutely.
Did you tell police, and what was their reaction? Are they looking into that?
I haven't gotten a lot of answers on a lot of things.
From the beginning, Maine State Police have been very clear that they did not find any evidence of a break-in. They believe if an intruder had gotten into the house, it's so small that someone inside would have heard or seen something.
We don't think she was abducted. We don't think she wandered off. And we think foul play's involved.
What do you say when that other side points the finger at you?
I don't think it ever feels good for anybody to be accused of something they didn't do. I've never done anything wrong to anybody to, do any of this, and I know for sure my daughter hasn't either.
But then Justin drops another accusation, saying Trista herself was in Waterville the day Ayla went missing. He finds that suspicious, saying she'd only visited once during the 2 months he had custody of their daughter.
I thought it was kind of weird that Trista passed through Waterville, which is my town, that same morning, but nothing was ever mentioned about that.
In an earlier interview with our Michelle Sagona, Trista did mention being in the area.
We were driving to Machiasport, and we were passing the Waterville exit, and I was thinking in my head, maybe on my way back I can stop and see her.
But she says they didn't even exit the highway. About 2 hours later, she got the call that Ayla was missing.
Can I ask, do you think she's with her mom?
I'm not sure.
The last time Justin and Trista saw one another, all hell broke loose.
Justin, just look me in the eye so I can see her.
Justin, look at me. Ask him.
Do you want to look at me? Do you remember this, Justin? What are you doing? You're guilty. You wouldn't run.
They had to shut the courthouse down. They had death threats against me that day, apparently.
Justin's mom even joined in the melee.
I am Ayla's grandmother, and I believe she's alive. And I am her mother.
Yes, yes.
Do
And
you
believe that she's
understand?
alive and tell us what you did with her.
She showed up for the court date with a whole army of like 100 people, and then they surrounded me. So of course, yeah, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation.
The two will likely face off in court again soon. Neither parent has ever been named a suspect or person of interest in their daughter's disappearance. But Trista is planning to file a civil lawsuit against Justin now that Ayla has been declared legally dead.
Yeah, it's not something that I pushed for. That was something that Trista wanted.
Justin says he isn't planning his daughter's funeral.
Yeah, I still believe she's alive, yeah.
He's planning to find her.
Obviously, you want answers. You want clues and information, however they may come, right?
Of course I do.
Is there anything you would say to her if she was watching? If you think she's out there somewhere?
Yeah, I love you, and I'll see you soon.
After 6 years, Trista says she's more determined than ever to uncover the truth.
I'm not gonna stop knocking at Justin's door. We're not gonna just step back in the background. We're gonna keep going however we have to make sure that we get what we need for Ayla. She needs to have justice. Ayla needs to be put to rest the proper way.